Welcome to Off Stream. My name is Jimmy Song. Today is November 26, 2017, and we have a lot of stories for you. It's been a kind of a crazy few days. Anyway, with me today is Tone Vase. Say hi, Tone.
Hey everyone. Yeah, it's definitely been a crazy 24 hours.
Yeah. And of course, we're gonna have to start with this thing.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right!
So that's the over 9,000 meme that everybody has been talking about. What do you think, Tone?
I don't know what to think because I haven't seen it and I can't hear the sound when you play that from my end.
Oh.
So I still have no idea what to think. It is only 16 seconds, so it shouldn't be hard for me to just play it on my own while you say what you think about it. Hold on, I'm going to Google it right now. Yeah, we got to be aware of that I can't actually hear the volume that the audience hears.
Oh, sorry about that. I'll have to route it to you at some point, but yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. Anyway, are people saying something is something not going, or yeah? All right. I think everything's okay, but all right. Maybe we're still trying to figure out stuff. Anyway, let's take a look. Obviously, we're hitting all-time highs. We're right now at 91.26. Tone will talk a lot more about the price in a bit. There was also the Baltic Honey Badger 2017. They have 9 hours and 41 minutes of the entire broadcast from yesterday, all on video. There's a lot of people that spoke there. Liz Stark and Adam Back and I think Tour de Meester and
Andreas was there.
Andreas Antonopoulos. Yeah, so really good speakers. If you have 9 hours, then maybe you can go take a look at it. I actually haven't seen any of the show of the stuff so far, but clearly the people that are on it are pretty amazing. So I do look forward to at least seeing some clips. Tone, your thoughts on Honey Badger?
Yeah, I mean, I heard about the event. It seemed like it was good. For some reason, everyone kept asking me, everyone kept saying, oh, I'll see you at that event. And I had no idea this event was coming. Well, like one or two people told me about it when I was at Scaling. But, I mean, this event went completely under the radar as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, it's like hodl.com or something. It's, yeah, they definitely...
But yet they were able to get a lot of the key speakers. Like, it's not easy getting Andreas.
No, it's not.
Like, you got Andreas and, like, Tour de Meester, yet I haven't heard anyone mention this thing at all except one person at Scaling Bitcoin was telling me about it.
Yeah. I mean, I did hear that some people were going over there, but that's about it. But we'll see, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, back to that 9,000 meme. Like, I don't know, man. I've always had this problem in Bitcoin, right? Things that I think are important, people don't seem to care about. but things that people are go crazy over, I'm like, I don't get it. Like, so
if you didn't watch Dragon Ball Z,
I didn't.
then you're not gonna get it. But yeah.
As a kid, I didn't. Like, I remember like 2 years ago, like the biggest story of the year for me was Backpage accepting Bitcoin, and no one seemed to care, right? And then stuff like this, people are going crazy over.
Yeah, well, clearly we're a bunch of nerds that know about Dragon Ball Z, but you are not necessarily a Dragon Ball Z fan. So, yeah, all right. So Baltic Honey Badger. This is the other story that I've been following a little bit. Thamos and Cobra are the co-owners of Bitcoin.org. And BitcoinTalk.org, the forum, and our Bitcoin. And they seem to be having some sort of falling out with Bitcoin Core. Thamos did plan at one point, according to this story, to have Bitcoin Knots replace Bitcoin Core. He did have like a page on Bitcoin.org that said we're going to start supporting Bitcoin Knots, which is Luke Dash Jr.
Well, what's Bitcoin Knots?
Yeah, that's Luke Dash Jr.'s fork of Bitcoin Core that has some of the features that Luke Dash Jr. created, and it's been supported and all that stuff. He just
What, like proof of work change?
no,
I
no,
mean,
not nothing
serious.
consensus. It's just sort of like I think the default block size on Bitcoin Knots is like 300 kilobytes, something like that. Stuff that Luke generally.
So lowering the block size.
Yeah, so he I mean that by default. Obviously it follows consensus rules and whatever, but by default it goes to like 300 kilobytes or something like that. There's a bunch of other changes you can.
This is not good.
Yeah, so Thamos has been getting some flack. Not just Thamos though. This is Cobra, and he's one of the co-owners of Bitcoin.org. Many people are worshippers of Core and spread FUD and lies that anything that could possibly undermine Core in any way. They don't support Bitcoin, they support Bitcoin Core. So he's obviously got some beef going on. I did hear that some people that I know from Core have been sort of banned off the Bitcoin.org repository and things. So I don't know what's going on there, but that's certainly something to be concerned about. Here's sort of the Bitcoin.org GitHub repository. This was something posted by No2x Corpcoin. For the public record, this is Cobra posturing and playing a Game of Thrones to try to exert his influence over funds because right now he doesn't have it. Unlike everything else related to the site, he already asked me a couple of months ago to transfer everything to him so he can sell it all for USD because he thought Bitcoin was too volatile. No mention of shared access with anyone. Apparently, Cobra moved Bitcoin.org to a DigitalOcean instance, and Cobra suggested it was okay for New York Agreement people to receive death threats, soliciting a web development company in the Ethereum community. Anyway, all these are links in there, but they're I don't know what's going on with Thamos and Cobra and Bitcoin.org. I don't really pay attention to Reddit, so I have no idea if more of the Bitcoin Core stuff is getting censored on our Bitcoin or anything like that, because we do know Thamos controls that. But this is kind of a weird story. Your thoughts, Tone, on what's going on?
Well, it's a weird story in that, like this is an actual problem, right? Like the bullshit that got us here was the fact that Core is censoring shit on Reddit. Mm-hmm. Like that was such garbage, right? So we have such fake news that makes this real news seem confusing. Are you following me?
Yeah. I get that.
Like I always knew that Core and what do you call them? Like Thamos were completely independent entities. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know they had beef like this.
Yeah.
And this is a problem. Like this is a real problem, right? This isn't the Bitcoin Cash scam problem, right? This isn't the Bitcoin Unlimited problem. This is a real problem, right? Because I didn't even know who owned Bitcoin.org, mm-hmm. but now it looks like it's two guys, mm-hmm. and that's a problem for me, right? Like I can because Bitcoin.org is owned by two people mm-hmm. that clearly they can do their own thing, and they can. I don't like it. Like now I can't trust any website, right? I mean, it's a .org, mm-hmm. so it should be a nonprofit, website. Mm-hmm. And this may, and as much as libertarians hate government, this may have to come down to the government to decide which admin gets to choose, who gets to add and remove things from there. I mean, this is going to be a problem. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a big problem. Like, I can't even tell you whose side I'm on. I will tell you, I don't want to lower the block size to 300 megabytes, right? I don't want a proof of work change right now. So, I mean, look, I appreciate Luke Jr.'s work. I backed Luke Jr. over Greg Maxwell during the scaling debate, but I'm not going to back Luke Jr. on this one, right? Like I think independently, and I pick and choose my experts who I follow in certain situations. So if Thamos wants to go with the Luke Jr.'s version of Core, that could be a problem. I'm going to stick with the current Core. Great. I mean, these guys, step up from these other teams. They help get shit done. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna go with what Chinko Labs in New York and Blockstream are doing. And even they don't really get along, as far as I know. Not all of them, anyway. Not all of the people involved, anyway.
Even individual developers within Blockstream or J-Code Labs or whatever, they don't all agree either. It's
right.
It's a very diverse group.
But this happens everywhere, right? I mean, you take any professor, any high-end, like any Berkeley professor, any MIT professor, like at the top of their field. There's another 5 guys at similarly next to him at the top of the field. And 3 of them probably want to kill each other.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. The thing that was really sort of concerning to me is this little second bullet point. Cobra suggested it was okay for New York agreement people to receive death threats, and that there should be no mercy for them, and that assassination markets have been put into place historically for a reason. It's just ridiculous. He later deleted these comments from pull request 1836. And John Newberry immediately dropped from the project. John Newberry is a very good friend of mine.
Why is that in a pull request? What pull request is that in?
It's probably some website, like blog post or whatever.
You want that coded into the source code? I mean, like...
No, this is the Bitcoin.org webpage source code, right? Like, so I think they were putting up a blog...
Right.
Some blog post saying, like, we condemn the New York agreement or something, and... probably went way further than it was meant to. Anyway, John Newberry is out of that project. He's a core developer, very prolific. Part of I know he doesn't want to associate with anything that's this sketchy. So he's gone from there. So I don't know. Whatever is happening here, it's something to keep an eye on. Who knows if this eventually leads to a hard fork or something.
No, Jimmy, this is bad. Yeah. Like people that put comments like that and they want them in .org sites. I mean, that's bad.
Yeah.
It's like Vitalik's recent jokes about censoring Ethereum and the
hiring the guy that did Twitter thing.
Look, I've said some stupid stuff over the years on Twitter and YouTube, but I never deleted anything because I try to be at least conscious of what I say. So this is bad. Now here's the thing, right? Because we're hitting all-time highs and the price is going like crazy, this is going to be totally ignored. But if this happened, let's say 2 weeks ago, when the price was, falling from 7,500 down to below 6, this would have been a major catastrophe, probably driving Bitcoin another $1,000 down. So when this resurfaces after, during the next dip, it's going to be a serious problem.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, something to think about. Let's take a look at our last story. Bitcoin Diamond is a scam of epic proportions. This is from Bitcoin Blood Diamond. I guess this is a new user on Medium. But this person goes through all of the information about Bitcoin Diamond. The fact that it is closed source. The team is anonymous. There's no wallet support. There's no way to really transfer anything. They listed BitGo, but BitGo has said, hey, they didn't use our brand and logo with our permission. We have no idea what they're talking about. So, brings up some really good points. What do you think, Tone?
I mean, if there's no wallet support, then no one can actually, pull their BitGold out. I mean, look.
Well, Bitcoin
Diamond, sorry. Look, for the love of God, just don't. If you're gonna move your private keys anywhere, make sure you have already moved the Bitcoin out of them. That's all I'm gonna say, right? And then this can't hurt you. And we gotta be a little careful about talking about this kind of stuff publicly until there's more information.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I mean that's it. I think we had a bunch of things going on with respect to the Vegeta meme of it's over 9,000. But yeah, not everyone is completely familiar with that sort of thing. So we will see what happens going forward. Anyway, Tone, you want to do some screen sharing?
Do some price? Yeah, you gotta stop yours. I can start mine.
Yeah, let me. I
like this. I like this platform though.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. Let me cover myself up over here so it doesn't say Jimmy's.
I'm gonna do desktop. Should I do application? Can I do application? I can do application. Oh, that's not a page. Let's see.
Yeah, there you go.
Flip,
yeah, that looks good.
If I flip it, can you see it?
Yeah. Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm in application then.
All right.
All right, sweet. All right, so here's our weekly chart. The monthly hasn't changed. I'm not going to be talking about monthly every single day, but the weekly is going to change today. So here's the good news. The good news is that this week is not a reversal candle. So because it's not a reversal candle, I see absolutely no reason for this rally to end tomorrow based on the weekly scale. I like seeing reversal candles. Like even right here, the week of 8/28 was a bit of a reversal because at the end of the week we were falling down. Though it doesn't always happen, like right here, but there was a 9 with an arrow. So this means that next week we're going to have one of these 9s with an arrow, and that candle starts in about like 7 hours or so, like in just over 7 hours. So next week, I will be looking for some kind of a top. I don't know how big that top's going to be. The correction could only be 5-10%, who knows? But I will be looking for to call another top like I called the top at 7,500. So here's the daily chart. Here was my top call at 7,500 came on this candle right here, this 9 with an arrow on it, a doji candle after a monster rally on a daily chart. This was my top call daily, and over the next week we fell, a nice 30%. Now this one is a little bit trickier because we just had 2 monster days, and a week is 7 days. So I'm estimating I will call it towards the end of the week. Now, considering Bitcoin has just gone up over $1,000 in 2 days, I mean that's insane, right? I mean, we're getting to a point where we can go up like $1,000 in 1 day. I mean, that's just sick.
And that's like 11%. It's crazy.
Right. But I remember when like the first time we had a week where Bitcoin went up over $1,200 in 1 week. And I'm like, wow, that's like the first 4 years of Bitcoin covered in 1 week. But now we're getting to a point where that's 1 day. Right. So we already broken some resistance points. And now that we've broken resistance points, it's complete open air. Now, according to this indicator, I'm looking at 5 more days of upside. Now, of course, I don't expect the days to be similar to these days. They could be bigger, but I'm expecting them to be a little bit smaller percentage-wise. So let's see. So where is a realistic top? I'm probably going to talk, I don't know. I don't even know if I need my own like pricing show because I do it all here. So I think the 10,000 round number is going to be a little tricky, just like the 5,000 round number was tricky. So somewhere around 98.50 is a decent time to take some profit and then wait. You can always go back in if it's above 10,000. But on a daily chart, I'm fully bullish, looking for as much as 7 more days of upside. Here's the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart had one of these 9s. So if you were trading on a 4-hour scale, taking your profit, about an hour ago was not a bad idea, but there was no reversal candle. Again, you want to combine these things with multiple. Right now, we have a little bit of a pullback on the 4-hour. Let's see what the 1-hour looks like in a minute. But if you did take some profit, when do you go back in? Well, probably later today when you have a new high on the next candle higher than this candle. And the 1-hour chart, right, so here we are in the 1-hour chart. Looking at hindsight, okay, because we didn't do a show at 1 a.m. my time. So like, I don't even have to pull out new arrows. I just like recopy these arrows. So when you have one of my 9s, not my 9s, but when you have one of the indicator 9s, I mean, what do I always say? I say 1 to 4 candle pullback, and then probably higher. And here we go. So all I'm literally doing is I'm recopying these arrows from the last time we hit one of these 9s. And now we're on a 6. So in about 3 hours, we might have the same scenario. So 3 hours from now, look for a minor few hour correction and then back up. And I mean, if we can get close to 10,000, I think that's completely insane. And I think that's a reasonable place to take some profit.
Yeah, I would love that.
Right. Oh, and speaking of the indicator, so I published the script on TradingView, even though you need to be a consulting client to access it. But there's a picture like this that kind of points to what these things are, and you can go ahead and Google them and stuff like that, and learn. That's about it for me. There was a cool. I don't even know where that meme is. Never mind. I didn't actually pull it up, but never mind.
Okay,
I'm good.
All right, you could stop sharing your screen, and then we can. All right, great. Anyway, thanks for everybody joining us this morning. Everyone's obviously very excited about the new all-time highs and things like that. So, thank you. Tone, you want to say something before we sign off?
No, that's it. Hey guys, just thank you again for watching us. And later this week, I'm going to be in Colombia and then speaking in Canada. So hopefully I'll see some of you on the road.
Yeah, and I'll be in New York all next week. I'm not sure how this show's going to handle all that because I don't know. I don't really have traveling equipment like Tone does, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, thank you for watching. This song is done.